Hey dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and of course hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. So you see already on the table are the things we need for this DIY. What we're going to need, of course, is the tumbling tower blocks, the smaller blocks. What will we do without them? And of course, I have here my container with everything inside, some scissors, markers, brushes, some mud pot, some twine, and of course the wood glue. And I use a very simple brand, Pateks, but you can use any brand you like. Of course, I have here a little container with some paint, but you can choose any color you like. I have here my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue, and I have here only a little round. This is a cork from IKEA, but I use it only as a round because so I can make a line out of it. So this is what we need for this DIY, and what we're going to make, we're going to make a round cupboard. I really have no, but a little bit with a Christmas touch. I don't know how it will turn out. We will see in a moment. So I'm going to use as an example this round, and like I told you, this is a cork from IKEA from where you can place your pens on top. The size is 19 centimeters, and in inches he will be 7.5. So 19 centimeters and 7.5 inches. So if you have a round laying somewhere in your home, it doesn't matter what it is, maybe a plate, maybe something else, but I'm going to use this measurement for making the cupboard round. So I'm going to place this aside, and now I'm going to get and looking my blocks, and I'm going to look for how big of a plank we need for making the round in between. So you see already on the table are 4 rows of 12 blocks like this, and now I'm going to get this size of my round fitting inside of here because it has to be fitting, and of course I want to use as less blocks as is possible. So we're going to do easily, and we're going to, and this round will fit inside. It is narrow, but it is fitting, and that's what we like, so we don't waste a lot of blocks. So we are going to glue this 4 rows together. So it's very easy. We're going to get our wood glue. We're going to do the longest side of the block, and we're going to row them in 1 row together. But of course, if you don't have the tumbling tower blocks, you also can use a piece of scrap wood. As long as you use the size I use, then you can easily measure out what I'm doing, but you can also make it bigger and do your own idea. So you don't have to do this one. This is just for everyone who wants to make it the same like I make mine, but I really have no idea how this one has turned out. And of course, that's why I never know how many blocks I will use. So if you always have 4 until 5 packages laying around from the tumbling tower blocks, then you already have enough for all the DIYs, because most of the time we don't use more than 4 until 5 packages. But of course your packages, the most of you have more in one package, because I have 54 in one, and if I'm correctly you have 75 in one, but I'm not sure, but I think 75. So, and that's a little bit more than I have, and I pay also €3 for one package, and they got priced up because they are now €3.25. So they are even get more expensive, but I think a lot of you can buy them for $1.25 if I'm correctly in dollars, but dollars and euros are a little bit the same. So I have now 4 rows of 12 glued together. We're going to go squeeze it from the middle, and we're going to make one straight line out of it. We do here the same, squeeze it from the middle to the outside. Very careful, because or else everything will pop out. And again, make sure they have a straight line. If you use a carpenter square, it's totally great, because then you have already the straight line on your own. And I'm going to do it with my fingers because I'm a little stubborn, and I am already doing this already for so long. I have one laying around. I'm going to wipe away the glue over here and this one. I'm going to turn it and we do it again. And now we're going to make a nice straight line again. Just take your time for it and just make sure that you have it nicely. And then we're going to let it dry in for at least a couple of minutes. And this one also. So we did wait a couple of minutes, not too long, because now we can easily fill in the open gaps if we have one. So we're going to leave this one down. We're going to carefully place this straight up, this one and this one. And of course he still can fall apart, but just glue it together again. It doesn't matter because it's easily, wood glue is very forgiving. You can easily place it together again in the shape you like. And we do number 3. And we're going to make one big plank out of it. And again, place them together this way. And the last. And this. And of course, because we're going to saw it out, you don't have to be concerned about the sides. Of course, we're going to turn it and we're going to squeeze a little. And we're going to carefully and gently fill in the open gaps. You see already here's also one. And we easily press it together until one piece. And the sides, don't forget the sides. And we're going to let this rest at least for 1 until 2 hours, because we're going to use, I'm going to use my jigsaw. You can also use this with an hand saw, but it's a little bit more tricky. But of course you can use anything you like. And maybe you can ask if you are a little bit scared to do it yourself. I was also, but I now do it myself, because it's, if you do it very slowly and you do it carefully, you can easily use your jigsaw because it's really nice to work with. So I'm going to place this aside and we're going to make a second one. So you see already I have now for the second round, I have again 4 rows of 12 blocks on my table. I'm going to glue them together again, also on the longer side, the same like we did with the first one. And don't worry, I won't do this one totally together with you. So everyone who doesn't want to see how it is made, of course, don't worry. I will do the rest of this rows a little faster. So I'm only going to do this one. So we're going to glue all of them together again until one piece. Again, squeeze it from within and then to the outside, the same like we did with the first one. So you saw already, I did now all 4 of them. Again, we're going to place this one also on the side, and it is just with the other one. It is still not totally dry, so a little bit careful, but always keep in mind that it doesn't matter if it falls apart, because you still can glue it. And again, we're going to place this one together, and this one, and this one, and we're going to make sure that we have them in a straight line as much as we can. We're going to turn it and gently we're going to squeeze from one side to the other one to fill in the open gaps. And this one is a little bit more tricky, because you see already here are blocks which are not totally straight, but it doesn't matter because we're only going to saw out around. So we're going to squeeze, and again here is an open gap, and here. And we're just going to squeeze them down and make sure also from the side. And we're going to wipe away the glue. And we're going to let this dry in also for at least 1 until 2 hours before we're going to saw it. Of course, on this side is now our 2 planks are drying, which we are going to make in 2 rounds later. First, now we're going to make the inside of our round cupboard, of course, that you can have 4 openings where you can decorate in. I show you only a smaller one because the round size of mine is not too big. You can change it up and make it bigger along you have your space. But of course, I'm also going to do it for small spaces, and you can decorate with little figurines for the Christmas season, for the Easter season. You can, especially for the little small spaces. So I'm going to make 4 rows of 10 for the first piece of the inside. So you see already on the table are 4 rows of 10. So because I'm going to make it a little bit high, but also you can size down if you think it is for you and for your space a little too high. Just do a little bit lower. Then you do 3 rows of 10. You can change it up any way you like, and if you want to have it even higher, you're not going to do 4 rows of 10 but maybe 6 rows of 10. Then it gets higher for you, and you can easily decorate also with some higher decor pieces. But I'm going to go for this size. But you see already the ideas are endless, and you can change it up for your own taste and your own home, because everyone's home is a little different. So I'm going to do this row still together with you. The other 2 I will do a little bit faster. So you see already, now we have our 4 rows of 10 glued together, squeeze them together, and we wiped away the glue, and now we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes again. So now we gave our 4 pieces a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we're going to make 1 row out of it. So again, we're going to place 3 of them on the side. We're going to do some glue, and I hope that my blocks are not too crooked, because especially for the inside, it's a little bit difficult to work away with crooked blocks. So I hope that they are a little working with me, that I don't have too many blocks which are not fitting nicely. So I'm going to turn it over, but especially for this part also, make sure that at least the sides, one of the sides are in a straight line over here, and one underside has to be straight also. And again, we're going to squeeze it over here and this one, and we fill in the open gaps, and we fill over here and this one, and we're going to let this dry in also for at least, I think, a half hour. So now we have, with the bigger part, the 4 rows of 10 will be in the middle. Now we only need to close it up on one side and on the other side. This we're going to use 5 blocks on each side. So 5 on for this side and 5 for this side. And of course we need to go up. So again, this is 5. And now we're going to do this also 4 rows. So we're going to do over here 5 and again 5 and row number 4, because we have it 4 high and 1 block extra. And this is, I do this especially so it is easy to see for everyone who wants to see the step by step. So again, 4, 5, this is number 3, and the last row is also 5. So we need 2 pieces of 4 rows of 5. Here 4 rows of 5 and here 4 rows for each side, that we can make a little open pieces where you can decorate. So we do again for this one also the same. We do very easy the longest side. You see already, I'm clumsing up, but it doesn't matter. And this is already number 4, and number 5 is always the closure up. And this is already number 3 and number 4 and number 5. And if you are going to make this DIY also, let me know in the comments down below if you like this kind of DIYs, this kind of cupboards, trays, benches and this kind of thing, because I love making it and decorate with them, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. Maybe you like something different, and of course sometimes I do something what people ask. I made some butterflies, of course some benches which are requested. So I am always loving to make something that people want me to make, but of course it has to be something that also other people like, or else it is not really for me, how you say that in English, then it's a little bit difficult for me to make, because then not a lot of people will watch. And of course, I'm a small little channel and we don't have a lot of viewers who will watch. So I always hope that it will get a little bit more, but for now we are still a little small channel and we have to be a little bit careful for what we're going to make, because the blocks are not always, at least for us not here in the Netherlands, the cheapest. So we're going to squeeze them, place them together this way and over here and over here. And if you want to support this channel all about Christmas and of course the Decor Easy channel, you can be a member, and the members always get also print for the tier trays, for in the decor. You can change them up for the season, so you still get something for your membership. So I'm going to let this dry. Of course, I'm going to wipe away the glue and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So you see, now we have our 4 pieces of 5 for each row. What we're going to do, we're going to place this one on the side, this one, and this one. And we're going to do again some glue on the tops and over here and over here. And we do here the same. Make sure that every block has a little bit of glue. And over here we're going to place them together, and this way, and we do here the same until one row and this one. And then we're going to give it a little bit of pressure. We're going to place it on the side so I can work a little bit better with it. We're going to fill in the open gaps and make sure that you have a nice straight line on the side, because that's important, because this one of the sides will be glued against the other one that we just made. And this is one. We're going to place this one on the side. We're going to squeeze it and give it some pressure. Make sure that we have a nice straight piece, and we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to give this also a half-hour rest. So in the meantime, while all the pieces are drying, we are going to make already the base for the Christmas tree, which will be on top. So we're going to do 3 rows of 6. So very easy, 3 rows of 6, and we're going to glue them together this way. Very easy. Also again, the longest side. And of course, I do a little Christmas tree on top, but you can do anything on top. You can do a Christmas ball. You can do, if you want to do it for the fall season still, you can do some little squirrel on top. You don't have to do anything I do, because this is just an inspiration. I like it to do it for the Christmas season, because he's already around the corner. We're going to squeeze it and again place it down. We're going to squeeze, and we're going to squeeze this one. And the only thing we need to do is again 2 blocks, and we're going to do the tops, a little glue, and we place this one also together, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So we gave it a couple of minutes again. We're going to place 2 on the side, and we're going to do some glue over here, and we do some glue over here. Place them down, place this one against one. Oop, you see, whoa, it's already going away. And we're going to give this first some pressure, and we're going to try to get this close together until one piece. Very easy. We're going to wipe away the glue and fill in all the open gaps we have, and we're going to do some glue. Place this one on the side, and do on the smaller side we do some glue, and we're going to very easy place this one on the top and also squeeze it on here and wipe away the glue. And now we're going to let this rest at least again for 2 hours, 1 until 2 hours, because we have to saw this one also. So what we're going to do, we are going to do the middle piece together. That will be the 4 rows of 10. This one, we're going to place this one down. We're going to get the one of the pieces from 4 rows of 5 blocks. We feel which side is the smoothest, so we're going to go for this one. I'm going to do some glue on one side over here, and we're going to place this one exactly in the middle. And that's not difficult because it's 10 blocks, you have 5, and you do exactly in the middle over here. So again, this way, and we're going to let it fall down, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure, and then we're going to turn it and look for if we have it really in the middle. And I think I can go a little this way to have it nicely in the middle. And I'm going to turn it to this side to look if I've also over here and this way. And now I'm going to let this rest at least for 20 minutes. And if you're going to have a lot of glue which is coming out, just take a small brush like this and just make it a little bit wet. Go very gently along the line, over here the same, and just let it dry in now. So if everything is correct, you have of course the same like I have right now. We have 1/2 already on top of here. We're going to place this a little aside. We're going to get 8 blocks and still 2, and we are going to make the feet of our cupboard. And of course you can buy some little wheels so you can ride your cupboard. You can change the size, but of course if you place it on a table or something, you can see it on all sides. You don't have to do it. You can use a lazy Susan, you can use anything. So we're going to use 8 blocks. We're going to do on one piece, we do some glue. And again, over here, we make some simple little feet. You can use some beads. You can use some half balls of wood. You can use anything. So also this, using the feet, you can do for different, you can choose for different yeah, ideas. Like I do just simple 2 little blocks. And you can change it up. I have looked for little wheels, but I still can't find them. So I have to look for them again so we can ride it, of course. But maybe you are lucky, you can find them already. Or maybe you have a little lazy Susan, you can place it on top. I'm going to let this dry in at least also for an hour. So you see already I have here 2 wooden bookcases because I need now to glue the other part of my a frame, of course, because here needs to be also part. So I'm going to turn it over, and you see already this way I have this down and I'm placing this in between. So now I have a flat surface again to glue this one also on top. So I'm going to do some glue on the last part over here, and I'm going to place this one also in the middle of the 10 blocks. So again, and if everything is correctly, you have it on the same height as the other one. If you look over here, you have a plus, yeah, really plus size, so you can see it like this, plus size. I just mean a plus. You mean I mean this one and this one. Everything is correctly plus size. I don't know what I'm saying. This is English for beginners. So I'm going to let this dry also. So if everything is correctly, you also have now this one. You see also it is a kind of a cross. It is a plus and it is a cross. But I'm not going to say anything anymore. But because sometimes everything goes wrong, I'm going to place this aside. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make kind of 3 blocks like this, and I'm going to glue them together on the longest side, so on this side and on this side, and then I'm going to row 3 of them together until one piece. Give it some pressure, and I'm going to make kind of little shelves for the inside of the cupboard. So I'm going to do some glue on this one, and again row them together. I'm going to get another one of 3. And we're going to do here the same because I have 4 openings. You don't have to do this. If you don't like it, just don't do it. And I'm just going to make little shelves, not big ones, just simple little ones. And I hope that this will look nice, but I have really no idea. So we will see at the end if it is nice or not, or else I'm just going to break it out and I'm not going to use it. But I have to glue them and try them. So I'm going to let it rest in for a couple of minutes. Now I have all 4 pieces of 3, and be careful because they are still not totally dry, at least not mine. I'm going to get my cross and I'm going to place this on the side. So this way, and I place it over here. I'm going to get one of the blocks and I'm just going to puzzle. I'm going to look for which one is fitting the nicely in between, because the blocks are not the same size and also not the same thickness. So you always have to look for, is this one fitting better? Is this one fitting better? Or maybe this way. Just puzzle a little bit which one you think did glues the best on the side. So I'm going to go on the height in between the first and the second one, and then in the middle of the second one over here. But you can do it at any place you like, because I like this one a little bit higher. So I'm going to look for, with all of them, if I like this one better, this is totally not fitting. And if I have this one is also not fitting right, this is also not perfect for me. This one is already gluing, so I'm going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and I'm going to place it in, and I'm just going to let it rest, give it a little bit of pressure, and we're going to go every time we turn it and turn it until we have all of them inside of here. So, and if everything is correctly, you have on each corner you have a little shelf. Of course, like I told you, you don't have to do it. It's just an inspiration. I thought maybe I can place a little Christmas tree on top. We will see if this will work or not. Now we're going to get our 2 planks we made in the start at the beginning. So we are going to get our round, and I'm going to place it on top over here, and I'm going to get my pencil, and very easy, I'm just going to go around the line, and I'm going to make my round, very simple, and I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to cut it off. Maybe you can also find in the crafts section of your store, maybe you already can find a wooden round, then you don't even have to saw it like I do. But if you want to make everything with the tumbling tile blocks, this is so easy to do. Of course, I'm going to do this one and I'm going to cut it out. So you see already, I have now my 2 rounds, and I'm going to get my cross, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do some glue on this side and on this side over here, and I'm going to place this one over here, and I'm going to try to get it in the middle. Of course, I have to look for that I have everything on the same size. Of course, sometimes you have to work a little with it and change it up. I have to go for this way, or else there will be too much space on this side. And then we're going to give it some pressure. Of course, we're going to let it settle in, and then we're going to get the small brush, the small brush, and we're going to wipe away the glue with our wet kitchen towel. So very easy, make it wet, and again, just go around the lines and remove a little bit of the glue, because or else it is too much glue if you want to paint it. So I gave the underside a little couple of minutes. Now I'm going to do the top side, because we're going to get some weight on top so everything glues nicely together. It looks a little bit more like a carousel. So I'm going to place this one on top of here, and also I'm going to look for that I have it in the place I need to have it. Of course, I have to go a little bit this way and this way, and then we're going to give it some pressure from the top and let it dry in for at least a half hour. In the meantime, while our little carousel cupboard is drying, we're going to take our piece which we made, and we're going to, very easy, everyone does it on his own way. Just make a simple Christmas tree. Just go over here this way, and this way, and then to the point. So again, and just very easy. I'm going to draw one of mine, and of course I'm going to cut it out for on top. So you see already on the left side of me, you see already, I will show you a little bit this way. The paint can is already on top of my carousel, and I'm going to have here the cutout piece of my Christmas tree. What I'm going to do, I want to give it a little bit or kind of a stand, so I'm going to take 4 blocks. I'm going to do some glue over here, and I'm going to glue them together, and I'm going to do here the same, and I'm going to glue them together, squeeze it, make a straight line, and we're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. I'm going to do some glue on the smallest line, and I'm going to glue them together this way and press them until one piece. Make sure that you have it on each side the same measurement, so it is a nice straight little plank over here. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes dry. So now I'm going to get my Christmas tree. I'm going to do some glue on the underside over here, and I'm going to place it on top. And of course you see a little bit of my signing of my Christmas tree on the back side, but you won't see that anymore when I paint it. So I'm going to make sure that you have it in the middle, and we're going to let this dry in for at least also a half hour. So, and before we're going to get our Christmas tree on top, we have our 4 legs we made also earlier. That is the 2 double blocks like this, you see, 2 on top of each other. So I'm going to use my little shelf lower. My first idea was to do them, turn it over and do it more above, but I'm going to do for the lower side. So this is now my bottom. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to get my 4 little steps, and I'm going to my feet, and I'm going to place them on top of here. Of course we have the front side on this side, and this one still needs to dry also. So, and I'm going to place them a little bit on the inside, not to, you see also over here, and just both of them against each other. So I'm going to do some glue over here, and I'm going to place it on top of here. Make sure that I squeeze it. And now I'm going to do it on this side. And of course it's very easy because you just place them in the line of your, you see this line, place also the top over here. Of course this one is still loose, I have to measure out, but it's very easy. You just place them in the same length as your middle piece. Over here, I'm going to turn this one, do some glue on the underside, place this one also over here, and give it some pressure. And the last, we do this one, and we're going to let it dry in for at least I think also a half hour, because we want to be sure that this can stand on its own feet. And I did my feet a little bit longer, but if you don't like the longer legs, just do them shorter. And like I told you, maybe some wheels or maybe a lacy Susan, you can place it on top also, so then you can turn it every corner you like. So now the legs are dried. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the Christmas tree on top. So I'm going to do some glue on the underside, and I already measured out a little bit where I want to have my Christmas tree, and you can see already on the top I have some marks, and I'm going to place it in between the marks over here and this way, and I'm going to squeeze it down. And I'm going to let this dry in a couple of minutes. So now the Christmas tree is on top. I have here my little wooden half balls, you see, like this. This is only, and you can buy them in any craft store. You can buy them at Temu, AliExpress, in every size. So I use a little bit of the smaller size. I will glue one in the middle here and one on this side in the middle, on the back side in the middle, and of course on this side in the middle. So I will glue them on top of here, and then we are ready to paint our piece. So you see already I'm going to use the creamy color, but you can go as crazy as you like. Do any color. You can spray paint it in gold, in silver, in maybe some glittering. You can do anything, but I keep it a little bit simple. So I'm going to just for the creamy white color. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to paint everything. And in a moment you see the quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my carousel cupboard, and I'm so happy how this one turned out. Of course, I hope you give this one also a try, and everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIY inspiration, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there, and everyone who is here already for a long time, thank you so much for your support and your kind comments every time. So thank you a lot, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.